Hello there. Happy Sunday to you. I just wanted to come in and say a few words on the theme of rituals on this Sunday, this sacred Sunday. And I've been reflecting on the journey that I've been on when it comes to reclaiming the sacred in my life and reclaiming even the word ritual to actually bring rituals into my life that are authentic. So some of you might have seen that I'm running a women's circle tomorrow evening on the theme of rituals to create a bit of space for us to connect in and really kind of tune into what rituals might actually be genuinely aligned. And really what I wanted to share is a lot of this work, and certainly my journey, has been a lot to do with kind of releasing what's not mine and releasing all the layers of inherited stuff around rituals and routines and kind of the rhythms of life. So a lot of it has been kind of divesting myself of organized religion's ideas of what rituals should be, rituals that didn't really feel like they resonated with me, rituals that were associated with, so for me, my kind of more or less kind of Catholic or Christian upbringing from an Irish context and a French context. So they were both very different, but also, you know, that kind of Abrahamic religion kind of heritage that I've had personally. And the kind of, in part of my education, it was just this sort of automated way of doing rituals, and it didn't really feel genuine. And then, of course, all the misogyny and the patriarchal stuff that's associated with, you know, religion in the past couple of thousand years. So there's all of that. And then there's also the stuff to do with kind of the materialist culture around rituals, to do with like, you know, self-improvey, self-fixing, not from a kind of a genuine soul desire to grow, but there's a lot of layers, especially in January, that are kind of reflecting that more materialistic culture that is kind of like mind over matter and striving, and that just does not work for me at all, and I'm sure it doesn't work for many of you. I mean, it's something that I'm always kind of having to sniff out of my own process. It always kind of, you know, kind of sneaks back in, so none of us are immune from any of this. And then there's the kind of inner critic stuff. There's that whole layer of shoulds that comes from more of our personal kind of developmental, you know, our history of, you know, how we were wounded growing up, you know, by being human, and all the early developmental kind of traumas and things that we've experienced where we're trying to gain a sense of self-worth through doing things and kind of improving ourselves. So there's a lot of layers to it, and I just wanted to kind of name that and see if it resonated with any of you, where you're at in your journey. What are you divesting yourself of when it comes to reclaiming rituals that are actually authentic and nourishing and that feel aligned? And I'm so fascinated by this topic. It is so, it's been such an important part of how I stay connected to my soul, stay on my path, keep coming back, you know, kind of course correcting back to my soul path. And I'm endlessly fascinated by it because I'm always fine tuning my rituals as my inner seasons and cycles shift and the outside world shifts. Just when I think I've got it like nailed and I've got the perfect set of rituals, I'm like, yes, I love my rituals. Then I know my ego has got involved and is like trying to cling, you know. So it makes me laugh. And it's also frustrating, you know, sometimes. But rituals are organic and they need to evolve as we evolve to really be truly like generative, nourishing, and to actually support us. And the more we invest in our rituals, and we kind of, it doesn't have to be fancy at all. In fact, the more simple the gestures and practices are, and the moments even, the more authentic they are, the more they nourish us. It's just about consciously saying to yourself, oh yeah, that thing that I do, that's a ritual that's a way that I nourish myself, and that's a way that I just consciously naming, you know, that's a way that I bring the sacred into my everyday life. And just kind of having that clear in your own mind, and kind of then, you know, committing to it and investing in it in a way that is genuine and from the heart. Then when it's times of crisis or times of just, you know, in life in general, we are nourished in return by our rituals and by the investment that we make in making them rituals and ritualized practices. So whether it's daily gestures or weekly kind of deeper dropping in, or more seasonal and more aligned with the cosmos and the planetary movements or the earth seasons and cycles, whatever it is for you, it can be as religious or as secular or, you know, whatever, as spiritual as you like. But I know that, of course, many of you in this group are super tuned into the soul. So yeah, I'm curious to know if you feel like sharing. I'd really love to know, what are some rituals that you do, that you engage in? What are some ways that you stay connected to your soul? And if you'd like to join me in a nice intimate small group of women tomorrow evening, Dublin time, Ireland, it'd be about 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for just some time to drop in. It's not going to be a massive like intellectual investigation, but I'm going to be prompting some reflection and some journaling and just really creating a nourishing, cozy vibe. So if you want to show up on Zoom in your cozies, you're super, super welcome. And yeah, I hope to see you there. If not, tomorrow evening. As, of course, the Cancer full moon is the perfect time to be tuning into nourishing rituals and what makes us have like a safe sense of safety in our own bodies and in our own kind of the home we create for our soul inside of ourselves. That's ultimately the only, kind of truly secure home base. So it feels super aligned to do it tomorrow evening. But if it doesn't suit or it doesn't resonate for you tomorrow evening, you're super welcome to join me for other future circles. So I'll leave it there, and I wish you a beautiful, sacred Sunday, whatever that looks like for you. It might not be that sacred, it might just be ordinary, but even just that little nod and wink to your soul to remember to bring that in the simplest of ways, and that kind of keep in that intimacy with yourself is so beautiful and so nourishing. So bye for now.